Start again. So for today's session, there will be actually two sessions. There will be another one as well tomorrow. This one is a bit more friendly to the Asia and also Africa time zone, basically. So today I think it's gonna be I think we're gonna take around 30 minutes just to also explain what this mini grant is all about, and it's also an opportunity for Satyam to also show you our platform and also the features that are available that can be used part of your project when you apply later. So I'm Fatin, and here we have Satyam, our software developer. And if you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat box, and also maybe unmute yourself and also ask, because the group is quite small today. Right. I kind of know already where you guys are from, but I think Satyam don't. So if you want, feel free to also share in the chat box where you're coming from. I'm based in Malaysia, and Satyam is in India. So yeah, feel free to share in the chat box. Right. Okay. Gonna go real quick, straight to the point, which is the mini grant itself. So at the moment, we are offering a 1K mini grant to 10 communities and also local organizations. And we're focusing on the global south countries, of course. And the 1K is basically for the equipment, which I will tell you more about later. And also, if you have any logistics like fieldwork or capacity building workshops that you want to do with it, it can be basically you can use the 1K. Another requirement for this grant is actually to deploy an AudioMoth, which is basically a bioacoustic sensors here. So of course there are multiple in the market, but I find this one, especially the AudioMoth, is like the most accessible one because it's the cheapest so far, and it's also very small and it's easy to deploy compared to the bigger ones. So it must deploy the AudioMoth by acoustic sensors, and I will also show you later the feature on the gainforest.app platform where you can actually do the settings, deploy, and basically upload your data in. And then next, another requirement would be actually using gainforest.app itself to, of course, create your project page and also document whatever data that you have collected, or if you've done anything, you want to add pictures and stuff like that. So feel free to use the platform. Basically, it's like your own impact reporting and certificate page, right? And for this project particularly, it's a very small because we only have 1K and we want people to be realistic about how they want to plan their project. So it is a 3-month, ideally, project. So I think some of you have do the one-click apply, but if you haven't, these are some tips on how to write your project page. But if you leave this call and you've already done it, it's okay. You can still edit it, no worries. So feel free to add more after this meeting, right? So the first one is, of course, to create a project page. So you can mention who you are, what you're doing, where and why this particular project matters to you and your community. And maybe you can also mention like the kind of tools that you'll be interested to use. And this is where Satyam and I will be showing more later on which one you can use. And you can also add a little bit of plan in terms of timeline and also how you're going to use your budget. Like I mentioned, this is ideal for small projects because we only have 3-month timeline and only 1K USD for the whole project. And you can click submit via the application grants page, and we will review it. And if you got selected, you will sign a contract and we will release the funds by milestone. So just a bit of timeline on what's going to happen. Right now, we are opening the applications the whole of July. We're aiming to close on 8th of August. But again, if we find interesting projects fast and those 10 spots are being filled, then we will proceed with that and we will close early. And then we will announce the selected projects in early August. And this is where we're going to talk about the contracts and talk about how we're going to ship the AudioMoth to you in your respective countries. And we will also do another orientation for all the grantees. And hopefully by mid of August or September, you can already start your project. And this is how the funds are going to be allocated, because we are also supporting in terms of financing the AudioMoth. So of course we will help you to outsource the AudioMoth. Is either we buy in bulk or we will figure things out. But just letting you know that one AudioMoth costs $100, and it also depends on the project that you're doing. If you need more, then probably $300 if you need three, right? And the rest of the funds can also be used for programming. So it could be your transport, it could be for your technical setup. If you could doing some workshops, it could cover also your logistics. And those two for the funds, basically there will be a contract, and also funds will be released via milestones. And another additional thing that we also encourage and we try to practice is to have a data council. So this is like an optional thing that we are also offering on top of the 1K. So we would like to encourage projects to come up with a data council, which is basically 3 to 5 people in their location or in their community to advise on data privacy and consent. For example, if the data council thinks this particular sound should not be uploaded publicly on our platform, then you shouldn't be doing that, right? So for this one, for the whole project, there is an allocation of 50 per member of the data council, and it will be funded separately from the 1K grant. So just a little bit more explanation on what data council is. We are encouraging people to create their own data council, and we encourage a mix of voices as well. So it could be like women in your community, or it could be like other primary knowledge holders, for example, if there's any leaders, healers, and for some communities also young people. So it's quite simple. Basically, when you assign them as data council, they will hold internal meetings and discussions, so they can decide what can get published and what should not be published out there publicly. And the data council members will write their project updates. It could be simple, and could be just a simple picture of have you having a meeting, and they can do the project updates, and they can mention a little bit like what they discussed, if it's not private, and then update it on gainforest.app. Right. Before we go to the demo, just a bit of tips on how to write a strong proposal. Like I mentioned, we are looking for something very pilot scale, because it's only 3 months, and we want people to be realistic what they're gonna do with 1K and also within 3 months. And we are also highlighting the data collection of audio. So AudioMoth would be the main or the center thing here for audio data collection in terms of your approach. And you are optional. You can also use other tools in the platform, which is biodiversity observations and also Taina. Sacham can show you later. And if you have like any specific question that you want to ask, like for example, you want to have an inventory of the sound of birds in your particular site, for example, right? So you are answering a real question there in your ecosystem. And this is optional, but of course we don't offer this, but we do realize that some committees, they want to analyze their audio data even more. So for this one, we encourage you to reach out to or collab with any researcher or academic partner for this, because we only provide the funds and also the basically the tech tools, right? And most of the data should be ready to go public, and that's why we have the data council. So if you think that some data should not be out there, then it should not be out there, right? So we're just saying that everything that goes to the platform will become public. So yeah, I will pass it to Satyam on a quick demo of our platform. To you, Satyam.
Thanks, Patin. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, so those who do not know me yet, I'm Satyam. I'm a developer at Gainforest. We've been working uh, like to build this app, Gainforest app, which is now ready since the last few uh, months now. Okay, yeah. So this is the gainforest app. This is the homepage, the feed. Um, and if you have already applied or if you have not yet applied, you can click this grants section in the sidebar and one click apply. It would require you to have a project, so make sure, yeah, to create a project and make sure to fill in the descriptions and everything very nicely. But yeah, most of you have already applied, as I've heard, so this should not be applicable to you anymore. But yeah, just in case if you do not have. Okay, yeah. So once you've applied, you can go to your profile or your organization's profile and click projects, view all the projects. Right now we have this one project just for the demo purposes. So yeah, I can click into this project to see a detailed view of this project. Yeah, so this is about a bird and some expedition that we did. It has description, it has many other details, and you can also enable donations if you want. You can add some evidences regarding the work that's been done or like yeah, still ongoing. Or you can also add observations. You can also push updates and let the general public know about the constant work and efforts you've been putting in to keep your project alive. Yeah, so you can for the updates you can add images, you can add trees, observations, or maybe files such as attendance reports or yeah, anything sort of anything. Uh, yeah, that's for the updates. Um, I guess I would give it back to Fatin to tell you more about AudioMoth. Thanks. You're muted, Fatin.
Sorry. Hello?
I think your internet is a bit like slow.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah,
Right.
but your video lags.
Okay. I'm gonna close my video. So yeah, I think you have seen the audio mod just now. It's very small, so usually from start to end. So basically, before you actually deploy it, because the audio mod is very simple and it has no buttons or anything like that. Literally it has like a slot for SD card and another one for USB, and then like an on and off like small button. So of course, to do the settings and all, you will need to do it separately on your computer. So before you go outside and deploy it, usually you need to do some setup. So this is where it will happen on the platform itself. Previously, you need three different apps downloaded on your laptop to be able to do this. But now we have integrated everything into here. So first of all, of course, you just need to update the firmware every time you use it because sometimes the brand itself, the AudioMoth itself, they do update internally. And then you can also, it's also important to kind of like restart again the clock, especially after you have used it, and then the next time you want to use it again. So you have to like revise the time. And in terms of recording, this is also an opportunity for you to play around with the setting. So, for example, some people just want to focus on the sound of toads or frogs, for example. So, from there, they understand that they have like specific frequency of their sound. So, this is where you're gonna put it, for example, 16, right? But usually for me, if I want to listen to many things but not to put too super focused, then it's going to be 48. But yeah, we can talk more about it later during our orientation. But essentially there is an opportunity to play around with the frequency, especially if you have a targeted species that you're looking at. And at the same time, we can also play around with the recording length. So for example, this one, it will record for 55 minutes, but it will sleep for 5 minutes. Sorry, it will record for 55 seconds and it will sleep for 55 seconds. So within 1 minute, there's like a 5 second of sleep. But again, it's up to you. You can play around with it. Some people, if they want to put it long, for example, you want to leave it on your site for 1 month, right? Because this thing uses battery, so maybe you want to change this a little bit, and you make it records a bit shorter, not 55, but maybe like, I don't know, 30 seconds, for example. And you can also play around with your time zone. You can set here the time zone and where you want it to record, when you want it to record. For example, I am just interested to listen to the birds in the morning, which is from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. So I can do the settings here. So the entire time, the other times, the audio moth will just sleep. So for example, 12 noon, it will just sleep. 7 p.m., it will just sleep. So if you want to play around like temporarily, you want to adjust the timing, you can also do that here. So yes, so for example, once you have deployed it and then you have deployed it for maybe 1 month or 2 weeks, right? You want to get it back. So you go to that particular location that you have deployed it and you take it back, and then put the SD card. I mean, get the SD card out. Once you get the SD card out, you basically just choose upload it. So just choose file and upload the data. It will help you to cut the audio data into something that is more manageable. And this is also another feature that we have just added, which is the ability to label your data. Yes. So of course, with audio data, you can listen to it, but it will take a lot of time to listen one by one, right? But with the spectrogram, you will also be able to see your audio data, right? So I'm gonna play. Yes. So those are basically the frequencies, like the heat colors. It shows the frequency, and with this feature, you will be able to create a box here and label this particular sound. So it could be a specific species that you want to mark, and you can also add some notes, and then you can also play around with the type of sound that is, right? So again, it depends on the scientific question or the question that you're interested in. Some people, they just want to create an inventory with their local experts. For example, they want to sit down and do this labeling with their local experts. Some want to do it with children or young people. So we leave it up to you on how you would want to create or decorate your project. But we're just letting you know that there are these features now, especially on the labeling. This is very much new, and we're gonna give this opportunity for the 10 communities to try this one. Right now, it's locked for the admins only. Yeah. So basically, this is it when it comes to the audio moth. Like I mentioned previously, we have two other things that you can use and include in your project page. Satyam, to you.
Sure, I'll take take back from here. Um, One small addition to Fatin's AudioMoth thing. So to access the AudioMoth page, you would need to click this More option in the sidebar because it's kind of an advanced feature. So when you click More, there should be an option for AudioMoth, and this is the same thing like what Fatin just showed you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now off to biodiversity observations. So yeah, this is another feature in the Boomi Search app that you can um, use to upload anything that you observe in your field, any species of, say, any organism or maybe trees. So all you need to do is just come to your profile and select the observations tab, and now here you can just click add observations button, and it would ask you to drag and drop your images, anything that you have on your computer, or yeah, even on your phones. So I I would not drag and drop, but I would choose photos, but you can also drag and drop. um, I would choose this image that I took a few days back. It's of a jungle babbler. So it would try to, first of all, it would try to identify the species in the image. But sometimes it's difficult for even AI to understand, yeah, like what's in the image, and that's where your expertise comes in. If the AI doesn't do the correct job, or maybe straight up fails at recognizing the species in the image, you would need to edit out the species or the details. For example, I know this is a jungle babbler. Yeah. So once I do this, I can also select location. So I know this was taken in Nahargarh Biological Park. So I can search for the particular location. I can verify using satellite. Yeah, that's pretty much the biological park location where I took this image. And I can use this location, and I can also add many more things like measurements or maybe some tags that are useful. And I can select the project which I want this particular observation to be packaged with. So I would choose Gain First Expedition. I already have this project. And you can also like add some random context that you have. Say I was walking into this biological park in the morning when I saw this. Yeah, anything just to give the users more context. This is totally optional, by the way. The only thing required is the image and these details. And I can also hide my exact location, because for some communities this might be a very privacy centric thing to, yeah, they just do not want to reveal the exact location. So you can choose a particular radius or a particular area where you want to, like where the image was taken, so it becomes kind of an approximate image location. Yeah. So I would click add one observation, and this should do the job. Yeah, one observation was added, and I can now view the observations. If I refresh, there should be one. Yep. I already added this, so I added again. So this time it appears twice. Um, once
Yeah.
this, yeah. Sakwa, do you
Yes.
wanna say something?
Yeah, thank you so much, Satyam. I saw the component of changing the location. I think it's very important for us because we've just been uploading, then it gives you the office location, yet some of the data is coming from our project areas in the east. So yeah, at least we know how to do that now, but is there also a way it can be done automatically? Because I know sometimes when you take a photo and you've
Hmm.
enabled location in settings, I think it's in the camera, then it always has that metadata. Is it
Yeah.
possible to bring it automatically instead of going on the map? I think uh, if that's possible, it even becomes more precise.
Uh-huh. So actually, this is already possible, and this has already been implemented. But there's
Yeah,
a problem with the Android devices specifically. It's
yeah.
not about where the image was taken from, but when you upload the images from an Android device,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's kind of a problem, because Android has a security feature that strips off the metadata, especially the location data, so that your image stays private. So if you have an iPhone, this would work. If you have a computer, this would work. But
Yeah,
Androids, yeah, they're very difficult to work with. But we are coming up with an Android app that would
yeah.
solve this problem, because this problem only occurs in your browser. So Android app should also solve this problem.
Yeah,
Maybe we can yeah, connect back on this.
awesome. Then also, if you go back on the section where you were doing the upload, sorry, you can just click that I show
This
you.
this
Okay, even if you leave it, there's a section which was saying add some bit of context where you said I was walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would it suffice if we also added a small section, especially on traditional knowledge, because some of the things we observe have um, uses at the local communities, maybe medicinal, maybe
Hmm.
it is used as a vegetable, as a spice. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So there's two type of context that you
Yeah,
can give. First one is regarding the particular species, like how is this particular species useful, and what are the different use cases, or yeah,
yeah.
extra bit of context. So that goes in here. Like this is the box that you see for the
Mm-hmm.
species. So here you
Ah,
can
okay,
add, yeah, you can add use cases for that. But this
okay,
one, this is just for a story, uh like how did he eventually take took this picture, yeah, that kind of things. Those stories go here.
okay, perfect.
am i am,
Thanks.
am I clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I always love these kind of questions. Thanks for asking. Yeah, moreover, this was biodiversity observations, and this was only one way to do it, but we also have another way, and that's my favorite actually. So, like, if I stop sharing and no, wait. So first, you would need to go to more, and in the AI section, you would see Tina. So Tina is our field companion, and it's a bot that we made with sheer love, and it can help you with day-to-day tasks. So say if you are um, again walking in a biological park or somewhere, and suddenly you see some deer or someone or any kind of creature, you can you would want to quickly pull off your phone and take a picture and upload it directly. And yeah, you just need a more immersive experience for those kind of situations. So you can set up a Tina bot on your phone that would help you upload the observations right away. Like you would need to have internet connection for sure, but yeah, it makes your entire process much more easier. Like you would not need to click any buttons, or you do not need to know how the process actually works. You just upload the image and it would do all the things for you. It would do everything on your behalf. So yeah, I already have my Tina bot set up, but if you would not have this setup because it requires um, some steps to be done. But the steps are very easy. It can be set up in 2 minutes. So you would need to have Telegram on your phone. You would need to create a bot, and that would give you a bot token. You paste your bot token here, you verify, and that's done. And then you would have your own Telegram bot that would advise you or maybe help you with many many situations that you face day to day. Okay, I have my Telegram bot set up, my Tina bot. So I would stop sharing and start sharing Telegram. Just a second. Let's share window Telegram.
Also, just to
Share.
add, while Satam is putting that up, for me, I really love it because it's very interactive. So whenever we work with young people, this would be best. And second, if you want to do species ID, because it's very interactive, you can give more context to it. Where was I? How did, if I remember how it looks like and stuff like that, I will add more context, and
Mhm.
it's very interactive and fun in that sense. So if you have any educational related project, Taina would be like one of the most interesting tool to use.
Yeah, thanks, Fatan. So yeah, as you can see here, it's the Tina bot is welcoming me to use it. So I would not wait a moment. I would quickly jump on and I would upload this image, the same image by the way. So if I send this image that I took, it would it should start by asking you the location. I guess it's not working. I would make sure. Hello, start. Okay. So it sometimes takes some time to like think because it does work on your behalf. So yeah, let me try again uploading the image. If this doesn't work, so that would
It
be a
already it
pure
already detected that it's a jungle babbler.
okay, okay, it detected. So okay, I'll ask it to upload this as a biodiversity observation. So yeah, I think if this works fine, it would. Can you send me a photo of what you spotted? Yeah, it's kind of because this is all in beta. The Telegram bot is in beta, so this might behave like kind of buggy. Let me try that once again. Else I would drop this demo right here. It's enough destructive for now. Yeah, but hopefully this feature was working when we launched Boomi Search, this app, and we had the demo like 2 weeks back. Supposedly this is a bug that we would need to fix, but yeah, this should work. Sorry for this thing, but yeah, I assure this will be working up and running in a day. And if the Taina doesn't know the species, you can also like nudge it like I think this is this species. I mean, your expertise needs to come in play here. So you can guide Taina and it would also learn for future. If it sees the image for once, it would learn and it would help Taina improve as well. Yeah, I
Yes.
would I would stop sharing here.
Thank you, Satyam. So I would say like local expertise is also really important here,
Yeah.
and you can also talk with Taina, but again, there is limitation with AI, especially with dialects, because we've tested like different dialects and stuff like that. For example, in Brazil, we went. So the normal Portuguese, yes, but the Taina had a little bit of problem with dialect. So again, it's like one of the limitations of AI at the moment. But yeah, well, I think that's it in terms of the platform and also the different features that we have. If you have any other questions, feel free. I saw that Jonathan wrote about Data Collectors Fund. Do you want to explain that a little bit more? But if I understand it correctly, supposedly it is all part of the 1K. Yes. So you can plan your budget properly. Yes. Sakwa?
Patrick, sorry, I think we have some more minutes. I came a bit late on the part of the AudioMoth. I only came on the part where you were talking about labeling. If it is, I have not missed so much, then it'd be great if I can get that first bit I missed. You're muted.
Sorry. I can send you this slide deck after this,
Yeah.
and I will send to everyone on the Luma as well.
Sure.
But this is basically the like summary of it.
Yeah.
So because our mini grant is 1K and it's only scope for 3 months. So we're really looking at projects that is like super realistic within this scope, you know. So we are really very much interested in inviting pilot scale projects. And then second, one of the requirement is for AudioMoth being the core of the project. And then, of course, optional, you are more than welcome to use other platforms like Taina and also the biodiversity observations that Satya mentioned. Also, if you're planning to do deeper analysis, again, we're telling you that we don't have the capacity for this because we are just providing you with the mini grant and also the tools. So if you need further analysis, you will need to contact a specific researcher or collab with the academic partner. But again, we can help you with that. There is this page called the Wild Labs. They have like very interesting people who are doing conservation technology, including bioacoustics. And last time we wrote in the forum, and then we pitched like a project from Kenya, and then other like there's a lot of responses saying that they're interested to help, they're interested to collab. So if you need this, we can help you to post on that platform and hopefully get collaborators. And then lastly, of course, every data that you put out here, just mentioning that it is all public. So you need to be ready with that. And of course, we have an element of the data council here, whereby we encourage communities or the organizations, the project to establish their own data council with around 3 to 5 people and decide what should be public and what should not be public. Yes, any other questions? Of course, if you have applied, feel free to edit if you think that, oh, maybe I want to add more stuff. I've get, you have more insights, for example. But if you haven't, feel free to create a project page. Just click the one click apply that Satyam showed just now. Any other questions before we leave?
Maybe timelines
Oh,
when
yes.
can the disbursement be expected and
Yes.
all that.
Yes, timeline we did mention here. So July will be this month. We will focus on applications, and we will aim to close around 8 August. But again, if we see that there are like super projects and the spots have been filled, then we will see which one comes first, either the deadline or the 10 spots being filled. And then early August, we will announce and we will do the contract signing and discuss how we're going to shape the AudioMoth. And then we will do another orientation on, what to expect and all, and hoping to get the project start by mid of August or ideally September. And Sakwa, this is how the funds will be allocated. The 1K will include the financing of the AudioMoth. So that means if you need one AudioMoth is 100 now each. So if you need one or two or three, it depends. And then the remaining you can use for programming. Right. Any other questions for now? All good? Right, cool. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to read your application. I've read some of them. I'm very much excited and would like to do the more of the reviewing as well. Cool. So if you have any other partners in your area who would be interested in this, it's still open, and we're also going to host another session like this tomorrow. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye bye.